Well, hello, ladies and gents. Adam Flynn here from Coronis, Victoria, and lucky today to be joined by Adrian Goegan, a good mate of mine. I call him Train, who was the #1 salesperson in the Coronis Victorian network for the month of March, with some enormous results. Incidentally, has listed 6 properties. We're in early April now. Has listed 6 properties in the first 6 days of April as well. So, Train, congratulations, brother.
Thanks, brother.
So, some of the results, and we were talking about before this video started, about one in particular. You had an auction in, was it Balladonia Way in
29 Balladonia Road in Rowville, yeah.
Yep.
And it was a big auction.
Okay,
yeah,
and I went to the auction. It was out of control. So that was just one of the many results, but I just want to talk about that one quickly. It was a battle axe block behind it, 2 existing homes. Can you give the viewers a bit of a rundown about that particular sale?
Yeah, look, it was backed on a Callets Road, so a pretty busy road behind Battle Axe Block, sitting behind another 2 properties in Rowville. So in the older part of Rowville, it was an old, original, renovated home. So he'd done an extension off the back, so made it pretty special at the rear.
It was nice.
Had 3.5 metre ceilings and concrete bench tops and all the fancy stuff that goes with a beautiful home.
Yep.
But look, we had good expectation. Like, I was comfortable before beginning the campaign that we had a target line that we were going to achieve.
Yep.
And we exceeded the expectation by about 200,000. So it was a big auction.
So the reserve was it
1.3 mil.
1.3, and what did it sell for in the end?
It sold for $1,497,777.77.
Yeah, because the auction, there was one bidder in particular that had a liking to the number 7. So all of his bids, or many of them, were with finishing with all 7s, including 77 cents at the end. So it made the auctioneer's job a little bit hard, but that was an amazing result. And as I said, one of many amazing results for the month of March.
Yeah, it was a good month.
Yeah, absolutely. So what are you doing out there at the moment? Obviously, the market's changed somewhat, whereby going back sort of middle to towards the end of last year, it was out of control. Now, properties are still selling, but possibly not just consistently at the ridiculous levels that they were going back last year. But you seem to be consistently still getting really good results. So is there anything that you're doing out there in the market that's changed in 2022, certainly as we get right to the thick of 2022, as opposed to 2021?
Well, there is. Look, choosing the right process of sale. It's not just as easy as going to auction. Like end of last year, you could just go, right, let's go to auction, let the buyers fight it out, and then we'll have a good time. Now you got first home buyers in the market, you got mid-range buyers in the market, and then you got top end buyers. Top end buyers are going to be unconditional for finance and ready to go every time. So they're good auction properties like this Balladonia that's a $1.5 million sale, perfect for a top end buyer. Go to auction, battle it out. But then you got the market of like the Clematis Avenue one I sold in Ferntree Gully. Like that was a $700,000 3-bedroom unit, which is a huge result.
Absolutely.
The price on that as a private sale, so we set it up as a private sale knowing that most of the offers will be conditional.
Yep.
And that's expected with the first home buyer. That price guide was $590 to $640, which was a fair price guide.
Yep.
So it wasn't a low price guide, it wasn't a high price guide, but it got competition.
Yep.
Like you wouldn't believe, we had 11 offers on that.
It's
a closing date sale. So once the offers started coming in, I set a close date.
Yep.
Property sold within 7 days.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And that was 3-bedroom. Was it double garage or
double
garage, one bathroom
on a lot with 8 other units.
Yeah, so that's huge money.
It's a home price.
And how old was that?
That was
unit?
A 1982 built unit.
Far out.
So the old brick one with the red brick, like the red tiled roof. So
yeah.
Pretty plain Jane, but geez, it's hard to think. Like 2-3 years ago, we were selling homes in Ferntree Gully for $650,000.
It is. It's wild.
And now it's units.
It's a really good point that you make in regards to anybody can sell a property, but it's at what price, and making sure that, and our job as agents is to make sure we get the best results. And you make a really good point in regards to putting thought in regards to the actual selling strategy dependent on what the property is.
Exactly.
So I would, and I know you cover a broad range of different property sales. So you sell everything from you just sold a block of land, apartments, townhouses, houses.
Yep.
Your top end prestige market. So it's fair to say that, like for example, if an apartment in the city of Knox was coming to the market, you wouldn't be recommending necessarily an auction for that.
Not a chance.
Yeah.
Not a chance. Wouldn't even think about it.
Yeah.
Like, your demographic buyer.
Yeah.
And I don't sell too many apartments to investors at the moment. So the investors are the only one be competitive at an auction.
Yep.
Because they'll be unconditional with their finances.
Yep.
But that market there, that $400,000 to $450,000 apartment in Baronia, is absolutely a first home buyer.
See, and that's really intelligent. I mean, that's what you're hired for. Somebody who's going to listen to your advice and trust in your judgment in regards to what selling strategy you demonstrate or you advise them to use based on what their property is. A lot of agents out there, and this no disrespect, but it's the reality of it, are essentially one trick or one selling process agent, and they only do one selling process, whether that be auction or private sale, whatever the case might be. So I think it's really important that you're highly experienced in a broad range of different selling methods, whereby you can adopt that particular strategy in a responsible fashion that's suitable for a particular home. So yeah, you're doing an amazing job and amazing things out there in the marketplace. What do you reckon is going to happen this year? What do you reckon will happen with the market?
It's a good question. It's a question I get asked nearly every day at the moment, because a lot of people are interested to see what happens next.
Yep.
No crystal ball, but I'm seeing a turn in numbers. So
Sure.
buyer numbers are shrinking.
Yep.
I'm looking at my opens from past weekends. Like, you look at November last year, I was entertaining 30 to 40 groups at a time.
Yep.
Now I'm wrapped if I get 10 to 15 groups.
Yep.
So it's a huge difference.
Yep.
And offers, even like offers on properties and people trying to knock it off market before auction, that's not happening near as much as what it was late last year. So
Sure.
Look, there's too much happening in the world at the moment, isn't there? If you look at what's happening, you've got the election, you've got interest rates rising, you've got the war, everything that's happening at once. Like, it's all right to have one thing at a time. There's got to be a ripple effect.
So maybe the sentiment is that buyers feel they're getting a little bit more control back, as opposed to it being the feeding frenzy that it was
exactly
last year. Yeah.
I hadn't heard the statement that I'm just feeling the market at the moment at the end of last year, whereas you get buyers now that are just feeling the market, just getting an idea for 6 months' time.
Yeah.
The end of last year, they're like, I've got to buy something now, got to buy something now. So it's completely different to what it was late last year.
Gotcha. Well, I know you've got a heap of properties launching after Easter. Train, congratulations, brother.
Thank
really
you.
proud of you. You're doing an amazing job out there. And mate, keep up the good work.
We will.
Cheers, mate.